This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs. Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today we're going to talk about the new Purple Starter Deck that comes out next month with the release of Great Legends. And I really do like this starter deck too. All these starter decks I think are really cool, and the fact that green, purple, and black get their own ones after kind of, red, blue, and yellow were last time is really cool, and kind of gave the boost that these colors need in a little ways, and also emphasizes the new Digiburst mechanic as well. So I think they're very welcome here, and there are some really cool cards that come included with these. So we're going to talk about the cards that come in the Purple Starter Deck, and then also we're going to have an example deck list at the end, which is also, this time around, is more of a budget deck list, which is just the idea if you're able to just get 2 of these Purple Starter Decks and pick up a couple singles from there. Honestly, you can probably just buy 1 of these starter decks and buy the rest singles. You're able to get a pretty good deck and maybe something to play with people with, start the game out proper with, a kind of budget deck list and everything like that. So let's get started with the cards included. We have the new Pokemon Digi-Egg. It has just on deletion, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Purple is kind of weird, where you want to be able to trash cards in the early game just to kind of set up, you want to set up your trash, and then once you have, you get a lot of cool effects for it. So I think this Pokemon's actually pretty good at being able to just trash 2 on deletion. We also have the old Pokemon where just when attacking, trash top card of your deck. But I feel like purple deletes their stuff more often than attacks with something more than once, so I think this Pokemon is better in that regard. I still think Demi-Marimon is the go-to Digi-Egg for purple for most of the time, just because even though you only trash 1 card on deletion, you're able to get that cycle, and you can kind of decide which card goes into your drop area instead, and that free cycle and maybe being able to draw the card you need kind of thing is just a lot better. So I still think Demi-Marimon is the go-to, but I would always consider Pokemon the new one for the 5th egg for this, and I think moving forward, I think this is a good contender for that spot. Next up, we've got the rookies, and so kind of like the green star. All the starter decks kind of have some vanillas and then some new ones with effects. So we have Devimon, which is an important name because we do have the new Demivon from the promo packs that care about having that name in the drop here, so that's important. We also have this Elecmon, which is just a big 5k for a play cost of 4, so obviously if you just Digivolve into it, it's a big 5k, which can be pretty chunky, but from hard casting it's a little bit underwhelming there. We also have this Gabumon that just has when attacking, trigger draw 1, then trash 1 card from your hand. I know obviously if you have a card that survives for a while, this is better, whereas the old Gabumon was just trigger draw 2, discard 1 on getting deleted. So I think this is if you're just caring about cycling a lot of cards, this Gabumon can be really good. We also have this Dracmon. I really like this card for more kind of mid-range control combo decks, but it just has on play when you turn 1 purple option card with the memory cost of 1 or 7 from your trash to your hand. I think just being able to recycle big 7-drop extra cards is really good, especially which isn't featured in this deck, but the new purple Metal Garurumon, which I did make a video for earlier this week as well, if you want to check that out. But I think this guy is cool. Being able to just draw a card off playing a dude can be really helpful in any deck, so I think Dracmon is good as long as you can meet the conditions for it in your deck. Then going into our champions, we have this Garurumon, which is essentially the same thing as Gabumon, just trigger draw 1, then trash 1 when attacking. So being able to draw 2, discard 2 when attacking, I think it can be really powerful if you need it. Also, it's just a play cost of 4, which is one of the cheapest play cost for purple in general. So that could, at least for a champion, so that can just be considered there as just hard casting this for 4 if you need that moving forward. We also have Yukomon, which is just a vanilla from there, and then also the Devimon, which is probably one of the best cards from this star deck for real. A lot of colors got pretty much a 1 Digivolve blocker for their champion slot, and which can just be very important for what you're doing. Just being able to run a blocker without having to give up your vanilla Digivolutions cost can be really handy. So you obviously want to use these, and also kind of makes not only a deck decision but a play condition of just do I use this blocker as a blocker, or do I use it for a cheap evolve now and not be able to have the blocker later? That's, I think, is a really cool way to think about it, and can really bring you. So I think purple really helps us, especially since purple has so many ways to revive champions, that this Devimon is going to be a very valuable inclusion for any deck that does that kind of stuff. Next up, we have the Kyukomon. So once again, a vanilla, but 9K off a Digivolve. So that's pretty good. Like even hard casting this for 6 becomes a 9K is pretty powerful. Then we also have Skull Satamon, which when Digivolving, you may turn 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to the hand. So this actually isn't too bad of a card. Obviously, with all the trash setup you need, and if you need to be able to find a rookie next turn or just set up any of your other plays, I think this is a really good card for doing that. Obviously, you have to bring it out of the raising area to do it, but I think it's good. And also, we have Wergurumon, which your turn when there are 5 more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 2k DP, which purple doesn't have like a lot of big bodies for that, so being able to boost 2k is pretty significant, and you're going to have a full trash by turn 2 or 3, so it's going to be really easy to meet that condition. So if you need something to give a little bit more boost to your level 6s, then this can be a really good card for that. And then lastly, our megas for this, we've got Venom Myotismon, so when Digivolving, up to 2 of your Digimon gain Retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. So that could be really handy for not only cards that you want to, like if you have a bunch of rookies, you can give them the Retaliation, then swing into your stuff. Or if you have cards that you want to live, so for example, you can give your Venom Myotismon Retaliation yourself, and so if they want to, they can swing over it, sure, but they'd also take the guy with it, so that can be really useful in the right deck, and Retaliation can be really annoying if used correctly, especially, once again, purple now has 2 sets of blockers. It has the new Devimon, but also Vilemon as well, so you can, just since you have so many more blockers available to you, it might be easier to just play 2 retaliation blockers now with this guy, so that can be a really good setup. And then also the promo card, like the front card for this is Ceres Garurumon, Security Attack +1, Digivolve for 4, which is a little expensive, but also has a main Digiburst for 2. Play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. It's also not once per turn, and since you're gonna have, if you go up all the chain, you're gonna have 4 sources. You're able to do this pretty easily. Additionally, since you can Digiburst, if you have like a level 3 underneath it, you can just do this, go up this chain immediately, and then just Digiburst the 3 to play it for free. So you don't even have to have graveyard setup as long as you have source setup with it, and that can be really handy as well. So I think he's a cool card to build around. Just being able to get that, you can get a big swing of momentum later in the game. And Digivolution of 4 can be good, but a little expensive, but we do have the new card Jackraid in the new set that will help you gain a little bit more memory and extend your plays, especially later in the game when you kind of need that. So that is it for the megas, and lastly we'll talk about the Tamer and the 2 new options as well. So we get a Matte Tamer. When one of your Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this Tamer to gain 1 memory. It's only on your turn, which kind of sucks. It's not all turns, but Purple loves deleting their own Digimon, so being able to have this kind of memory sync for doing that feels pretty good. I mean, even if you just have like a Tapermon that just swings in, you're able to gain 1 more memory on that, which can pretty much help you, have better plays later on. So I think this is a really good Tamer at what it does, and it's good for Canyon. If you don't like Jackraid, then you can definitely run this card instead and gains, the 1 or 2 extra memory every other turn to kind of help you out there. We also have Deathclaw. Also to note, this is a 1-cost option card and a 7-cost option card, so the new Dracmon is able to get either of these from the trash. But we have the Deathclaw. You may delete 1 of your Digimon, delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So that can be kind of good, especially if, once again, Tapermon's always the golden standard for it. But pop Tapermon, you get to draw a card, and then you can delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon. And also, if you have Mad Out, then you're able to gain more momentum from that as well. So I think that's pretty good. Also, the security effect is just delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon outright, so that could help you out in a pinch. And also, we have Nailbone, which I think is more of a, you have to use the purple Metal Garurumon promo to really get the value from this guy. But honestly, just being able to play 1 purple level 3 and 1 purple level 4 from your trash without paying other memory costs is pretty good. I mean, obviously it's the same as just saying, I play a 3-cost and a 4-cost purple from my hand, but you only have to use 1 card to do it, so that's really flexible there. Also just has the security effect of just playing a level 4, a lower from your trash without paying its memory costs. So that's amazing. It's just a better Night Raid in a lot of ways. So I think this card is really interesting in what it does, and it can be abused if used right, and honestly worth building a deck around it with Purple Garurumon. But that's not the kind of deck we're going to talk about today, so let's jump into the deck list. And here's the upgrade deck list for the starter deck that I mentioned. It is budget, so obviously you can make some more expensive choices if you want to. But I think this is a really cool kind of engine for it. More of a kind of revive rush deck with the center card being Anubismon, which comes out next set. This card effect, when Digivolve, you may play one level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost, and then your turn, when you play a Digimon from your trash, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn, and Rush is a new keyword, essentially meaning that you can swing with it the same turn you play it, which is really nice, which just has synergy with Ceres Garurumon, which not only does it have security attack +1, but you can also use its Digiburst twice in one turn, and if you do that and Anubismon is out there, then you're able to get 2 more swings in that turn, which can win the game on the spot a lot of the time. So I think that's kind of the dream scenario. Obviously, it's a little bit expensive, but if your opponent gives you the resources to do so, it's good. I mean, Anubismon by itself is a good card, just being able to Digivolve there and just get another resource out. So, and also something to mention that both Anubismon and Ceres Garurumon, most of the purple cards that revive things, for example, Night Raid, they have the little clause that says, you can't play any, the active play effects of these cards can't be activated, but Anubismon and Ceres Garurumon don't have that. So, for example, if you play the new Labramon card off of Ceres Garurumon, it has this on-play trigger draw one, then trash one, that goes through for you. So that can be really handy. Honestly, Purple doesn't have a lot of on-play effects for their rookies right now, so I think Labramon's like the best one. Even early game Labramon can be good just to set up your drop area if you need to, and just get some free cycle from it, but that's the idea there. And then the other cards that we're kind of going into are the new Cerebusmon and Cerebusmon Werewolf mode. So this is a new level 5 that says, on deletion, trigger draw 2, then trash 1 card from your hand. So which can be, just being able to have that effect, I think is good. Especially since you can trigger it yourself, not only by swinging into something, but you have the new Cerebusmon Werewolf mode. So Rush on play, you may delete one of your Cerebusmon to gain 9 memory. So essentially you just get to play this guy for free. It has Rush, and then you get the delete effects from Cerebusmon. So not only do you get discard 2, just draw 1, but like if you have an egg underneath it, like Diamond you get to draw 1, discard another one. Or Pokemon, you get to trash top 2 cards from your deck. And then also, another good card under there is Sukiomon, which lets you gain a memory as well. So not only do you get to play a new dude, but you gain memory for doing it, which can help swing you into your favor, and just go from there. Which the only thing that sucks about this is that Ceres Garurumon won't be able to Digiburst on top of this, but I think it's kind of worth trying out. And then obviously Anubismon is great to still Digivolve on top of that, because then you can play Anubismon and then you get a level 3 back, and you just kind of go from there. So it's just like a lot of cycle and a lot of stuff from there. We're playing 4 Night Raids because once you have Anubismon out, these Night Raids just become free swings, essentially, because you can play 2, you get a rookie out, and they can swing the turn you go off, so you go from there. Jack Raid's a new card. I think this card is equally offensive and defensive. Just gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash. And also has the security effect to gain 2 memory, so just like Hammer Spark in that way. So obviously early game this card really sucks to draw into, but later game it can really extend your plays, and it's really easy to gain 1 or even 2 memory later in the game, so that can really help you out. Going to our rookies, we're all over the place talking about these cards, but rookies we're running 15, so we have 4 of this Tapermon, still probably one of the best purple rookies in the game. Just being able to draw 1 whenever it dies can really help you out. We already talked about Sukiomon. We also talked about Labramon, but we also have Gazimon here as well. If you don't like this, you can just play anything else you want. I think this last rookie spot is up to you. I like Gazimon just because it does have a card effect when you play it from your drop area of just all turns your opponent can gain memory, except with Tamer effects. So just being able to stun them out from gaining memory, especially since we're getting more and more ways to gain memory can be there. Especially like if your opponent has a Gazimon out, then you can't Cerebusmon into Werewolf mode because you have to gain the 9 memory after you play it, and it just doesn't work like that, which can kind of stall you out sometimes. So I think being able to have that available for you is really good. It's a rookie spot you need anyway, so you just go from there. And then lastly, we have for level 4s, we're running 4 Devimon because this card's good. And it's a cheap Evo. We have 4 Meramon for pretty much the same idea. And then also we have 3 of the Retaliation Devimon, just in case we need to have some hard removal or get rid of stuff or anything like that. This can be a big thorn in our opponent's side. So This is the deck list. Obviously, a little bit more of a budget build, but I think this is a good kind of aggro mid-range deck where you just try to gain a bunch of value, and then you can kind of win with Anubismon being out and getting a bunch of free swings with Night Raid, or if you really go for it, like Saraskurumon, being able to play 2 more dudes from your drop area and really just go from there. But that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think of the Purple Star deck in general, and give me some ideas for the Black Star deck, because I'm having a hard time, and I definitely want to do a video like that for this. So anyways, thanks again so much, and I'll catch you all next time.